I'm sure we all know what perceptions are, how they limit us. Perception is the way in which something is regarded, understood, or interpreted. And we should blame our perceptions as far as rose propagation is concerned. If we think it's difficult, difficult it looks, and difficult it becomes. Well, enough of all that. We got to start some new rose plants, right? That's what we are going to do now. Hey plant lover, how you doing? I know there would be a few of you feeling offended already with the video title, but I mean what I said, and by end of this video you would agree with me that in fact rose propagation from cuttings should be left with the beginners while we attempt something more challenging. All right? Get a cutting exactly like this one. Why? Because this is how the whole thing would work. Let's understand the cutting. From the top, a branch comes out of the very first or the second node and with at least 2-3 nodes below that branch. Scar the bottom half an inch of the cutting. This would indicate to the cutting what's the future plan and help it start on its journey as an individual plant. Out comes the cinnamon powder. Cover the wound with this magical spice to ward off any infections, and it would also double up as a rooting assistant. After making the cutting and giving it some cinnamon treatment, time to make our grow bottle. It's pretty straightforward, and to make sure the growing medium stays, most of it stays in the top half of the bottle, we are using coal, or you can use any other porous substance. Could be coconut cover and things like that. Although coal would help keep the water stay fresh for longer. So try and use coal if that's possible. And now the perlite makes an entry, the most important ingredient of this setup for so many reasons. This ingredient would initiate root formation, keep roots healthy, and provide them with enough nutrients for some time to sustain a consistent growth pattern. Keep all the leaves on the cutting, no need to remove them completely or even cut them off in half. They should stay. Would help you keep a better watch on the development of your cuttings until they throw out some roots. Water immediately and make sure you fill the setup completely until water starts to come out of the edges. Well, we are all set now. Find some space on your windowsill to keep this bottle with the rose cutting and water it whenever the levels go down. Just make sure the inverted top part is always touching the water level initially. Just a couple of days in and we see some new shoots coming. Well, this could be for sure a false alarm, as leftover sugar in cuttings can throw out these new leaves, and later we come to realize that there were no roots developing at any point in time. So we got to keep at it, change the water if and when it gets discolored. This is how you change the water. Simple and easy. If you do these water propagations a couple of times, trust me, you'll end up propagating most of your cuttings just in water. Given it's so easy, every stage can be so clearly documented and observed. And the most important part, things can be altered easily to help the cuttings, like changing the water, making sure the apparatus is getting enough light, right kind of light, and the right kind of temperature, etc. The older leaves have started to give way to newer crops. Don't worry about it. They would eventually fall off, or if you wish, you can remove them now. Of course, you have to wait until they go brown at least half the way. And we have what we started this whole process for, roots on our rose cutting. Now, if you see, this method is so easy that I knew one cutting would come through. Hence, there was no need to start like 10 or 15 of them, wherein 5 or 7 would be successful and the experiment can be called or labeled as a success. Now you can let the water levels drop even further so that roots grow at a faster pace to make sure they reach the water levels. A month or so and we have new leaves covering whole of our cutting. A couple of older leaves are all we have on the cutting, and they too would soon disappear and make way for completely new foliage. Roots are showing great health and growth. The rose cutting is officially a newly propagated rose plant now. Now let's have a closer look at the roots, and one look and you would know how healthy they look and how easy it would be for this newly propagated rose plant to start its journey in the soil. Or it can stay in the same setup for next 6 months. Of course, there would be a part 2 and I'll have that journey documented and presented to you, well, in 6 months. Let's talk about the temperatures as well. This setup should be provided with temperatures around 25 degrees Celsius. What do you say now? Beginner stuff, easy as inhaling and exhaling, as easy as pie, piece of cake? Well, as I have the mic and for the video's sake, let me answer that for you. This task, or let's call it an experience, was pleasurable and simple. If you agree, let me know in the comments, and if you don't, also share your displeasure. I personally would want to take this experiment a little further in this setup, and it's up to you if you want to take your newly propagated rose plant using the same process to the soil right now. Perfect time to do that. Just make sure you watch some videos in my rose playlist. I'll link it up in the description box to find out more about the pot, the soil mix, care and hacks, and you'll be all set for some crazy blooms within the first year. The old leaves will stay for now as the new leaves start to cover the whole area, and the color of the leaves and the color of the roots will serve as the indicators as far as this new plant's liking goes. Is it liking the conditions? Are the nutrients sufficient? All that. I'll keep an eye on everything and will bring the next part soon enough so that you have a wholesome picture of rose propagation from cutting and then keeping that newly propagated plant in water indoors for 6 more months. Thank you so much for being the best audience. The support is immense for the channel, and so are the interaction levels. I ask you to continue with that, and as always, grow more, no more. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you soon with another exciting video. You hunt for some rose cuttings in the meantime and start raising some new plants. Like, share, and subscribe. And I love your comments. You know that. So please don't hesitate and bombard these videos with your feedback, suggestions, or questions. Take care. Goodbye.